Lisha, who are you? What is your soul, spirit, mind, and body on this earth plane? Wow, that sounded really hippie. I'm sorry.
I might give the hippiest answer as well. Um, I, I don't know. I'm a human. I was born in Bangalore, India, and dude, I have lived in my parents' house for like 25 years, and then I moved to Canada to study costume, and then I worked there for a bit, and then I came back. Um, and now I'm back in my parents' house, and it feels like nothing has changed. And I'm certainly a little too old to be living with my parents. So, that's that.
Yeah,
Um,
there's definitely
yeah, I mean, glorious. Yeah.
I was just gonna say there's definitely like a bit of a weird aspect about how like moving places is almost like time traveling. Like when you move back home with your parents, you like feel like you moved back to when you were younger.
Yes.
It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels like nothing had changed. It feels like I'd never left. Yeah. Time is weird. Like one of my friends said, time is not real. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Um, I'm
Who are you?
Steph.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Steph. I'm also a person on this planet, but I'm in Toronto, Canada, so very far away from you. Um, I lived with my parents till I was 18 and then moved away to do schooling, still in Toronto, not very far from home. Um, and I've kind of just been relocating myself ever since. I work in theater, which is where we met. I would also like to work in film. I'm also a fiber artist. I don't know. I make a lot of things with my hands. And I sometimes live in a van that I've converted and I call Big Booty. And I think that's me. I feel like that sums me up pretty well. Sometimes I knit dicks. I don't know, lots of adventures, lots of exploring, lots of traveling on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, very privileged.
Yeah.
I mean, it might as well be said. It's part of who I
I mean,
am.
yeah.
Yeah.
hmm Yeah, I guess that's who I thought you were.
It's
No
kind of who I
surprises.
thought you were too. You did okay, but you did schooling in Bangalore before you came to Canada for school, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I did that. I did fashion.
Okay.
Mm. And then I was like, fashion is not real. I need to do something other than that. And so I did costume. And then I'm like, costume is solid. It's good.
I fully expected you to go like so deep and be like, costume is fashion, because all fashion is a costume. Oh shit! She went there. She went there.
Yeah, that's what that sounds much better.
It's
Dude,
fun. It's what you like
yeah,
doing, and it's how we met.
yeah. Okay, so I've actually been holding this to myself, but I've never told you this before.
Oh my
But
god.
the first time I saw you, so Lacey, that's one of our friends from work, she took me around at the theater that we met in. So that was like my first day on the job. She took me
Mhm.
around and she introduced me to everybody at work. And then we came down to props, and then she was like, "Yeah, this is the props apprentice or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, she looks so cool! I would love to be her friend someday."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
shook that
You don't
that's the
know this.
vibe I give off because that's like my goal vibe, and I didn't even realize I'm already giving that off. Wow.
And that's why I was totally like on the opening night. It was completely boring. We didn't know anybody. And
No,
I was like,
and it was
well,
like
I
a
did want to
children's
be her
show,
friend, so
essentially.
let me.
Like, it was the high school
What?
students were putting on a show. So it's not like we
Oh,
were even
yeah.
part of it. Like, we were just kind of
Yeah.
there watching all of our other coworkers' achievements. Like, I mean, it was cool to see a play, but I don't know. We
Yeah.
we didn't work on it. We weren't really involved in it too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it was like, I mean, I might as well talk to her because I want to be friends with this cool ass looking person. And I literally, Lacey was like, she used to live in a van. She's a flip phone. And I was like, oh my god.
How did Lacey even know these things about me?
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh.
She knows everything.
Yeah. Oh, Mama Lacey.
So, yeah, so it's like, do you wanna, do this blank, 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 and come over to my place?
I feel like that sounds more scandalous than it was.
Yeah,
We
and then,
consumed some legal substances. We are both of age.
mhm,
That's all that
mhm.
happened.
And then yeah, we've been friends ever since.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was
Mm,
what, like 2 weeks into the job, I want to say, and like very quickly you became like my best friend in London, like for
yeah.
sure. I was like, this girl's cool, and we can hang out and like do substances together, and it'll just be fun and like go on weird adventure walks and have conversations about everything and anything, and yeah. It's been great.
Yeah.
Now we're halfway across the world, but we can still have conversations, and that's pretty cool. Thanks, technology. Also, I have a smartphone now.
Yes.
Definitely makes facilitating international conversations much easier.
Yes, yes. But I was extremely disappointed when you did buy a smartphone.
Okay, to be fair, so was I. One of the tech guys definitely saw me on the brink of tears when I realized that my phone died, and he was just a very sweet dad and made no comments about it. And I was like, I respect you much for not commenting on me almost crying about my flip phone dying, but it's been with me for 6 years, and I now have to stick it in rice, and that's not a good feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I
Six
have,
years?
let's see. Okay. My flip phone itself, I got in, I think 2017. Oh, and then it died in
Mm.
2019. Oh my god, that's 2 years. No. No, it wouldn't have been 2017. What am I saying? It would have been 2014. 20 Halloween day of 2013. My
Mm-hmm.
like sort of smartphone that I got when I was in high
Mm-hmm.
school, that one died because
Mm-hmm.
it was like a sliding
Mm-hmm.
kind and something just flung out of the back. I kid you not. It was Halloween day. I had just moved out of my parents' house and was living in my college residence, and my parents were horrified. They're like, how do you not have a phone, and it is Halloween night, and you live away from home for the first time, and blah blah blah. So like they let Halloween go, and then I was like, I could just be one of those people who never has a phone again. And they were like, no, you just moved out of our house. You are basically a minor. You're getting a phone. So
Yeah.
they forced me to get a phone, which obviously was a good move because we are in the 21st century. Um, but I got it was like a Nokia like brick that my sister had bought as a burner phone when she went on vacation once. And then I had that until Christmas, either of that year or the following year, when I got way too drunk and fought my
Mm-hmm.
cousin and lost my phone in the bar bathroom. She's classy, folks. She's classy. But I was defending human rights, so I think it's fine. But, anyways, I lost my phone, and then I got my flip phone. It would have been New Year's of either 2014 or 2015, and then it broke
Mm-hmm.
2019.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'd been running off a brick, maybe not the exact same brick, from 2013 to 2019. So
Okay.
7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. 7 years of like very important technological advances and like instantaneous communication. Like obviously that was
Yeah.
there leading up, like obviously up until 2013, that was still there. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely a weird time to have a flip phone, but I still
Yeah.
love it. Sometimes I do
Yeah.
still hate my smartphones. Sometimes mostly I'm addicted to it, and that's where a lot of my hate for it comes from.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember you were saying that it's so tiny you can fit it anywhere, and smartphones are.
Look at this thing. It's the size of my face. I can't easily conceal that in a pocket. Ew. Hangs out of all my pockets.
And women's jeans pockets are tiny. They're the
Yes.
size of a flip phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, so we met at the theater,
Mm-hmm.
became friends very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had to move back to India.
Mm-hmm.
And then a week later, we were in a global pandemic. Which, okay,
Yeah.
um, I don't know if I've been using the right word or if I've just been like low key not this whole time.
Yeah.
But the way that I tell people this, because like basically in London, like I had a couple friends. I definitely like made more friends than I anticipated when I moved there. But you were
Mm-hmm.
for sure one of my closest friends. It was like you and then my buddy Greg. And
Mm-hmm.
Greg got super scared of the pandemic and just like locked himself away, which like valid, 100%. But the way that I talk about you is I would just say like my best friend in London got deported, and then a week later we had a global pandemic, and then like 2 weeks later she got her papers to get her permanent residency to move back to Canada, but the borders were all closed.
Yeah.
Um, is that accurate?
No, absolutely not. I didn't
Okay.
get deported.
I don't really know what deported means. It's just like in my mind is like you have to go back to your country now. You're not allowed here anymore.
Well, technically, that's what happened. My visa was done and I had to leave. So
Yeah.
that's what I did. But I wasn't there illegally or anything. That the
Oh, is deported like
government had
if
to
you're
find
like,
out and like
oh,
forcefully evict me.
so
So that would
deported is
be, I
like
think,
much
deported.
more intense than
Yes,
what happened. Okay.
yes. And I never corrected it because this sounded more badass.
Always trying to be a badass. I mean, aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Yeah, fake it till I make it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you just like accepted defeat and moved back home.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Hmm.
Alright.
And then, why the hell are we doing a podcast?
Well, it was your idea, so do you want to intro that?
I don't think I know why at this point anymore. I was just extremely bored. I was extremely bored during the pandemic and the lockdown. I'm like, I need to do something creative that does not require any investment.
And like we get to talk
Zero
now,
cash.
like I
Yes.
don't know, once a week ish when we can keep to
Yeah.
a schedule.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, well, there was like the original intent of it being like all about sustainability and fashion,
Hmm.
which then quickly evolved to like, no, we can't just talk about the fashion industry. The whole world is burning.
Yeah.
And then I don't
And
know.
then it went from,
And then it was
I
like
think that,
the
yeah.
world is on fire, and now we're at like mental health is on fire.
I think it was like the world is on fire, but what can we do about it? Let's just talk about, whatever interests us.
The world is on fire, but more on that later.
So, why the name? Well, what's up with Trash Bags Podcast, huh? um, I mean, I truly believe all of humanity is trash, but do you agree with that? What are your sentiments on that?
Yeah, kind of. Like, I mean, there's definitely like people out there who are trying to do good. Um, but yeah, like everyone and everything is kind of trash. Hi, we're the pessimists in the room. No, I mean, overall, I don't think we're both like particularly
No.
pessimistic
But
people.
what exactly was the thought
Um,
behind the name? I don't remember.
uh, I mean, it definitely came from like the beginnings of like it being an environmental
Yes.
podcast, and um, I mean, also like the fact that we were gonna make an environmental podcast, and neither of us are even close to being experts on the idea, and so like the fact that anything we say and any advice we give will just be
Mm.
trash, and like we are trash,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone is
Mm-hmm.
trash, and I think it was just a funny name. I think Lacey might have
Yeah.
came up with it when she was trying to be our third in this
Yeah.
endeavor. So credit to Lacey.
Yes. Lacey,
Yeah, and I guess like
be a
just
part of this whenever you feel like.
like us just like being yes. Oh my god, open
Yes.
invite always. Um, and yeah, I guess just like us being trash bags whenever we would hang out, and
Or
just
trashed.
like or trashed, yes. Accurate.
So deep and philosophical. So many meanings and layers can be interpreted the way
Like an onion.
they want it to be interpreted. Open to interpretation. Ah, that sounds better.
Yeah, and I guess that's kind of how the title came. It's how the idea for the podcast came. It's how we've met. It's who
Yeah.
we are. This is Trash Bags
Yeah.
Podcast. You're in for a
Hell
ride.
yes. Oh, hell
Please
yes,
join
baby.
us.
Please
Oh my
join us for
gosh.
the ride.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, wait, pause. I'm just realizing like we haven't really told them what they're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
discover. do we do we even know? A bit of environmentalism, a bit of I would say like probably like human rights,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
mental health. You know, all of those like lovely topics that us delicate millennial snowflakes
Yes.
love to talk about. All of that and
Top
more.
with the cherry that is time zones and the time difference.
Oh my god, fuck this time zone business. Literally so over it.
The
Oh
two
my god.
contrasting worlds we
Time.
live in.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
East meets West,
Yes.
1000% every
Yeah.
episode,
Yeah.
all day long. Our lives, our experiences, our perspectives, and just
Just
different things that you see from two different people experiencing life in very different
mhm.
ways.
Yeah.
Lots of laughter, lots of fun, friendliness, happiness, and everyone's
Yeah, I
welcome
mean, if you're
here.
feeling lonely during the lockdown, just turn this on. It feels like there are two idiots in the room just going on about stuff. Then it's gonna feel like there are three people in the room. So, you know.
I have no friends. They're all in India. No, that's an exaggeration.
All your friends are in India. Yes, that is me, the cows in the street, and a couple of dogs, stray dogs,
The neighbor's cow.
the baby bird that fell out of its nest yesterday.
Oh no. But you saved him.
Yeah.
You saved him.
Yes, it's in a safe place now.
That sounds like it's dead, but like it's actually
No.
not. I guess when you said
It's
it's
in
in
a
a
better
better
place
place
now.
now,
It's
that would
been
really be
rescued
ominous.
by.
But it's like at the
Well,
bird
yeah.
rescue.
Okay. Same time next week.
Listen to our podcast. Wow. I wonder what this is going to turn out like.
Trash.
I'm
It's
excited for
gonna
this
turn
monster
out
to be
to be
released.
trash. Yeah.
I'm not mad. I don't know. I feel like that's
Yes.
pretty on brand for us. Haha, Trash Bags Podcast. You can't have high expectations.
Yeah.
It's in our name.
We gave you the disclaimer
shit.
right up front. This is trash.
Yeah. Oh well, fucking have some fun with us. What else are you gonna do for 40 minutes?
Or for the rest of your life.
Wow. Okay, we're their only entertainment.
Okay. Should we turn off the recording? Should we say bye, see you again? Or something like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Should we do same time next week?
Can we? Yes.
Is that our exit?
That is such a little
Okay.
play on ourselves. Yeah.
Our
the
original
idea,
naming.
yes.
All
Should we say it together?
Yeah.
Same time next week.
Same time next week.